Hi, Divine Feminine. Very interesting thing just happened. I have my door open, so it's loud. Had to go through and clear all my decks and kind of rearrange them and kind of clear the energy. Very, very interesting. So let's see. I'm going to ask today, how is he feeling? We have White Raven, Trust in the Magic, Squirrel, and Believe in Yourself, and then Spider. So some of the cards that I saw yesterday, I haven't seen Wasp in quite a long time. Sometimes life stings. It's kind of like learning lessons right there. It's interesting card. Now we have Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Oh, and Two Cups on the other side. It's interesting to see Spider coming out, because that's kind of like the web we weave, right? So the numbers across the top are 665657. Star. Very interesting energy. It's kind of like a renewed hopefulness here, I want to say. Let's see what we get with these. 5-5 masculine twin. Wow. Releasing lower self. 8-8 path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. That choosing ease was kind of in the what I was thinking of in the beginning. Merkaba activation. Ground, shield, and protect. 2-2 divine order. Practice patience. So interesting. So we have 3 6s and 4 5s up on this board here. Let's see what we get here. I did start shuffling that other deck, and then, I don't know, I wanted this deck. Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, reversed. Death, 7 of Wands, Knight of Cups again. Interesting. King of Swords, 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Swords. Sorry, that was Knight of Swords I saw before. Hangman. This deck I kind of have to close my eyes, but anyway, we're going to go here. Magician, Fool reversed, King of Cups, 2 of Swords, Chariot reversed, World reversed, 5 of Swords, King of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and 7 of Wands, with the Hangman and Emperor reversed, the Star and the Moon, and Queen of Cups. Ooh, he is feeling some deep emotions, but look at all the backs turned here. Seems to be in a mode of this path of least resistance. And I say that, and then I feel, but there is resistance here. It's like a resistance of letting go and a resistance of moving forward. In a lot of ways, I feel like that Magician with the World reversed is about waiting for you to come to him. Because he's too anxious to come to you. Look at all those cards of waiting. Look at these, though. both of these cards. Gated cards in reverse. Indecision in reverse. So coming up to a time where he seems to be more led by his emotions. Because I see this Five of Swords here. It's almost as if he's making his mind bow down to his heart. And this has to do with something that he so he made a choice somewhere along the way. I'm going to shut this door. That brought him some clarity. And now he thinks, now he feels. In order to untangle some of the webs that he has woven. Okay, he's aware that he was supposed to get kind of a really big lesson, an understanding of something regarding how he it's like how he bypasses his emotions. It's almost just like he doesn't take accountability at all, or he hasn't been. And all of that was pretty easy to deal with until he got to this situation. Or you know, I always talk about this, but it's like when you encounter magic, there's just something that happens. Oh my God. That might be the first time that that's ever happened like that. I think I've gotten silver and gold before, but it's like, okay. When you encounter magic, thank you, Spirit, and you encounter something that you would call magical because it doesn't have an earthly explanation, right? Look at these cards right here. So we have the Fool card. Then we have inner wisdom, spiritual depth, untapped ideas, inspiration from within, divinely ordained. Ancient origins, hidden meanings, messages from within, sacred mysteries, soulmate. Deep desires, past life memories, underlying passion, devotion, sensuality. I think in a lot of ways he has been just kind of cruising along, kind of blending in. I mean, I don't know. He may cause trouble, but this is a different angle, so I'm trying to figure it out. Like when you, and this is again says observing, waiting, patience, enchantment, sweet emotion. Remember, heal the past beyond the veil. It's like something within you was recognized in him. And I don't know, they're highlighting this word sweet. The sweet emotion. It's like a vibrational frequency of sweetness that's just very, I don't know how to explain it really, but you know, if all you've ever eaten is like broccoli and then you taste honey for the first time, that's just, it's a metaphor of like what an event these interactions were with you, that you brought something alive in him, like it was like a sensory, like it says quickening, special event, milestone. It's like, and yeah, that may be that he felt like this is a luxurious indulgence that can't be forever for some of you, maybe not for all, but like that you don't forget that, right? That's an event that makes an impression on you that you can't let go of. And though it may be that he can't move towards it either, because I do feel there's 4 cards here, but it's really like 6 cards here of him feeling stuck. And yes, some of them are in reverse, and so he may try to take action, but some of them aren't. And the ones that aren't are in the physical realm on the top here. It's kind of like he doesn't want it to look like he's making an effort, and that word seems to be important. That's funny. I feel so much regret for everything I've said and done. I'm so grateful for you. I'm battling my addictions. I've got a tarot reading on you. I see signs of you everywhere I go. I'm so scared of change. Oh, I get it. He may become or be aware that you may be a tarot reader, or you may like tarot, and maybe like a way to talk to you. Like there may be an excuse there of like, my tarot reader said I should reach out to you, or I wanted to tell you what my tarot reader said. My life has changed so much since meeting you. I'm so scared to move on. I see signs of you everywhere I go. Please be patient a little longer. I can picture a life with you. I know I hurt you. I never intended to. And there's another about rejection. I'm making a plan to come back to you. That plan involves looking like there's very little effort. That's my take on this. But it actually did involve quite a bit of thought. And when it happens, I think he will have had to really overcome quite a few emotions. Because I see this new beginning, rebirth, purifying, cleansing, peace. And it's like he has to make peace with parts of himself that he's struggled with for a really long time, this battling addictions, right? There's a struggle going on here for him to accept himself as he is. And there's a fear of change and a fear, oh God, now I'm so hot. Okay. There is an awareness that, I don't know why they're drawing my attention to some pearls. Okay. So there's an awareness of like tradition versus like the new paradigm for him. Maybe for you too. It could represent like the family that he's had, swear to God, half my hair just fell out. And possibly the family that he wants, or a non-traditional family situation. You know, there's every kind of situation is available to you, whatever it is. I'm not here to judge at what anyone does. And I think the possibility of him, it's so funny. I have another peace card. I think there's a possibility of him thinking about a non-traditional kind of relationship or something. Why am I thinking that, Spirit? Because this is spiritually led. So I think he used to be, from what I see in these cards, very like unfazed at hurting people, or but now that is changing. There's very much this feeling of understanding karma much deeper. His own karma, right? Because your karma is a closed circuit. You're the one designing the karma. Like there's something here deep within him that has an understanding of you get what you give type situation, and he doesn't want to inflict pain. But there's also a recognition that that pain was kind of his inheritance. Like, it's really difficult to get out of the kind of paradigm that you were born into. But it's like he has an understanding, a glimpse of, I love these three cards together so much, of what's to come. Like the outcome is very evident. If he goes forward in this manner, he knows what's there. And it is interesting because he's kind of aware that he cannot get to what he wants to get to. And this, I don't really believe in timelines, but on this path, the trajectory that he's on will not lead him in the direction he wants to end up in. So again, we have, look, stand off. Again, we have Knows Your Twin Flames, and bottom of the deck is the rat. The rat is a shiny object character, right? So there's a lot of beautiful kind of soft energy, sort of feminine energy here. It's about the moon and flowers and writing songs and Venus and craving you, and then fantasizing. And then there's this, how could you want me? And I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. And standoff. And Cobra and Sphinx and sacred geometry energy, where Sorry, I'm not feeling great. He knows he has to work within a framework. Why is that? It's just like his masculine energy is telling him you know, the laws of the universe ordain that there's a gestation period. The masculine growth in darkness. It's such a beautiful card when he's holding the phases of the moon like that. And he's holding them kind of on, you know, two wands, right? Two spears here. There's kind of like two little inner children here. And he's facing this darkness, you know. There's a bunny alone. Wisdom, trust, resilience, and assessing, fruition, and purity. And he is reminiscing about this inner child purity, right? This, that we all have this beautiful energy of inner children. And I know we say inner child and it makes us think of a child with all the things that we kind of judge a child as, like naive and etc. But that's really not what the inner child is. The inner child is really our purest energy. And we want to so when we're children, we don't have all those defenses up. We haven't been jaded and taken advantage of and, you know, fooled or tricked or ghosted or whatever. And we call that process kind of growing up. But it really isn't a growth, right? This is what he's learning. And he learned this from you. Because you activated his inner child so potently, I feel like there's this like observing from afar and like, yes. So carrying all of this stuff that I inherited, right? Carrying all of this weight on my back. Yes, in a way it's made me resilient. But it's also, I think, he's learning. It doesn't allow him to trust. It doesn't allow him to access his soul's wisdom or his heart. And in a lot of ways, he feels kind of trapped in darkness. You know, under the purity card, then we have this very special card, right? And under that, we have sovereignty. So there is this it's actually like, it's very interesting. It's kind of like a Back to the Future type situation where there's this desire to go back so you can kind of leapfrog forward. I think it's kind of the only way to get to this green flag energy. Because you can't, if the rat Pisces hurting you hurt me more than I ever thought it would. He can't admit that when he's guarded and jaded and doesn't have access to his heart, but he can feel it at times. It's the feeling it that keeps him running. And I get a really strong feeling from the feminine energy, and though you're not even showing up in this reading, unless, you know, you may be showing up as the magician, but I think that's him too. It's like, and this may be you may be like, I don't really want to do this anymore. I don't really want to play this game anymore. Everybody's in a different, you know, stage. And I think when the feminine gets to that certain point, there's a turning point, because you're turning away, even here. You're just turning away. And if I like really read the cards, you're looking towards the past. But I feel like there's an energy of you saying, even if this went perfectly, I don't know that it would be good enough for me anymore. And that's not like a snotty thing. I'm not saying that like that. I'm just saying, like, I feel in a lot of ways you are on the verge or on the brink of outgrowing this. And it may be that, you know, when we talked about the two roads, that you may be at the top of the mountain, top of the road. You give your relationship a chance, but in reverse, express your love, and that was going to be in reverse, passion, children. I think that's your inner child, for yourself, and like playfulness, codependency, getting to know each other in reverse, flirt. Yeah, I feel like you're in the mood for something more lighthearted and maybe more passionate, and maybe someone that can actually tell you how they feel. And like, even beyond that, you're just like, I need a more evolved relationship than this. And I think he's feeling that. I think that's what's activating this inner child. Because you see these two dogs here. And you see again the unicorns within the fence, but he could easily leap over that fence. And here it says addictions are affecting your romantic life. And Rama, leap, another Fool card, awakening, yeah. Akasha, birthing a new age. Pleiades, keepers of the light, yes. I think ever unfolding rose, boundaries, and take a break. I think that he's really going to have a moment of guidance that's like a big awakening of what he's done and why he's doing it. And that the same way that you feel like, I don't really want to do this. And there is a feeling here of like, yeah, I'm fine being alone, but also I definitely could stand to be with some other people that really get me. And I think you feeling that makes him feel that more. And that's like what kind of brings this family issue to the forefront of like, it's a really big awakening. Like, I know it took me a really long time to get to the point where you're like, oh, my family just won't ever really understand me, and that's okay. I think that's one of the biggest awakenings you can have. It says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. And that's really like the bedrock of sovereignty or independence, right? And for some reason he does admire you being independent. I get that here. Or the boundaries that you have put in place, that he can see, or the changes and the moves that you've made to align with something greater in your life, however that is. Like, it doesn't need to be so dramatic, but it's like, I feel like there definitely was a point in your life where you just said, this isn't, I don't think necessarily about him, but like about something where you're just like, enough's enough. It's time for me to go forward. And I think that was you integrating your masculine energy. Which, on this 111 portal, it definitely could be integrated now. Justice reversed, 10 of Swords, 7 of Wands reversed, 2 of Cups reversed, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 8 of Wands, the Sun, and the Hanged Man. I think he's seeing that somebody lied to him. Queen of Wands with the 2 of Swords. Yeah, this karmic person, look at Death and the 6 of Wands. This karmic person treated him very badly. Very badly. Lied to him, betrayed him. He's finally seeing that. This could be more than one person, or it could be like a thing that's like a group. You know, if he chose her over you, there's a really difficult lesson here for him. But again, he's stuck. Though he comes to this conclusion that he wants to move forward. And that he knows in his heart that there needs to be words discussed here. And even thinking about that, I think he thinks it's too difficult to actually say the truth to you. You and your loved ones are safe. Expect powerful change. You're very close to achieving your goal, and a new start is coming. So that's our third Fool card. Nothing is yet set in stone. Don't let pride get in your way. Communication is key. Look at the bigger picture. The end of a tough cycle approaches. It's time to take action. So another Fool card, and meditate and contemplate. Take time to breathe out. Emotions are running high. What do you need to release? You know, I think he's too prideful to say the truth to you. I think he thinks it's too vulnerable, and like, what if you laugh at him or reject him, or... But there is a lesson unfolding about chances being lost here. It's like sometimes it's not really necessarily the truth with twins, but because time doesn't really affect us the way that it does with other people. But I do think that you have dramatically changed and dramatically like blossomed and grown, and also at the same time become more vulnerable. And you're just not going to allow what you used to allow. Right? Like, maybe at one point, if there was a text or a call or whatever, you would have been just like, oh, you would have projected onto him, is what they're showing me, a bunch of like romantic, he must feel this way. And now I think you're just like, well, he can tell me how he feels. I'm not going to assume. And this is this masculine energy in you that's like very self-validating, which is a beautiful thing. And this is a dramatic change, you know. I feel like you're open to him as long as he's it's like not that triggering, but I think you're gonna trigger him a lot more than he thinks you are gonna. I think he thinks he's gonna trigger you, but I think you're gonna trigger him a lot more. And also, I get the feeling that you have like an intuitive sense of what's going on a lot more. Like you trust your intuition a lot more than you used to. And whereas he's trying to do that, he's trying to like read the signs, but he's kind of like using his mind to do it, right? Which we all do that in the beginning. And the mind will lead us astray. The mind will lead us to like the fear aspect. But he is getting the downloads more than he used to. This card is always like the choice between dark and light to me, fear or love. And I get the sense that that's cute. This card just showed up as I was, you know, rainbows are such a beautiful sign, and then the You Are Gifted card and the Healer card. It's such a beautiful sign, always, of our, you know, chakra system, our multidimensionality, our connection to source and energy and the light. That's always available for us whenever we choose it, right? I think that's a lesson he's learning. You have exercise, he has love. That's beautiful. Definitely yes. And water. Interesting. You may want to go like swimming, run, walk, swim, or otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. I feel like the expansion of being outside in the wind, in the open, it will be very beneficial. And there is like a rainbow in the background for you. He has the answer that you're seeking is love. I do think he's on this quest, and the path is always leading back to you, which is a crazy thing to say, but the answer to your question is a strong yes. I don't know, I just can't get past the fact that he is getting signs from Spirit. I miss you. Reach out to me, please. I don't feel ready. I am ready. So funny. I hope you're not with someone else. Wow, you're beautiful. I'm afraid to get close to people, but you're the reason I keep going. If you let me, I'll take care of you. That card always comes out. I feel connected to you. I feel stuck. Oh, goodness. Masculines. You know, I know the process is slow a lot of the time, but them coming to their own conclusions is like more valuable than anything you could possibly ask of them. I hope that makes sense. You have Brazilianite, flexibility, dreams, and manifestation and acceptance. So there's healthy boundaries, and I do want to talk about this. And this is, you need to have like your boundaries, to think about them, to think about what you want. I get a very strong message. I don't think I've ever gotten it before, but some masculines want to have a non-traditional relationship with you. Maybe that means that you don't have like the normal relationship boundaries, or you don't have, or one or both of you are with someone else, or whatever it is. I don't know, but I get this feeling that this is a way for them to feel like more safe, and you can determine if you want to accept that or not. Okay, it's totally within your thing. Spirit says you should think about it, and you should think about why you would want it or why you wouldn't want it a lot, and come to your conclusions about what you truly feel the role of this relationship is in your life. And that's a very important thing for twin flames, because we are here to shatter the paradigm that's clearly not working. Okay, so you can call these energies in to your energy field or just work with them. You have Green Tara, he has Aphrodite and Abuntia, and then Bridget, Don't Back Down, and Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love. So stand up for what you believe is right. It seems to be a very important thing for you. If you don't like what's being offered, or you don't like the way that he wants to come to you, for you to say no. And to be very honest and vulnerable about why and what you feel. So ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything by yourself. And then awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. And then the universe is pouring the abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Take these. Dark blue galactic dragon and sunshine yellow dragon. So more being in nature, more music, more kind of, this is like spiritual technology, and more moon energy, more rainbow energy. Some of you are definitely going to see rainbows as confirmations of things. I know that's been a huge sign for me. So prepares all your chakras to embody higher love for you. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame, right? So we are moving into unconditional love. They're really emphasizing this. I really asked them just for him, but they really want to emphasize for you your frequency, why you're allowing anything you're allowing, and why you're not allowing what you're not allowing, and move towards the energy of non-judgment. Okay, so he brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. I'm just going to read like the main lines of these. Helps you to help animals, helps you to listen to the voice of the universe, bathes you in divine feminine light, brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. So I think this is our 5th full card. And then Earth and Water Dragon creates the foundation for new growth, and it has that eclipse energy on it. So we shall get just a few messages and we will be done. And I hope you liked this reading. I would love for you to comment, like, share, or whatever you want to do for the energy exchange. It helps me so much. If you could do one thing, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you. Follow with faith. So I think that's the 6th full card. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. Healing. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. Healing time, and don't make your decisions based on guilt. Surrender, manifesting miracles, forgiveness. They do want to say the more that you keep your eyes on your own road and you make your choices. Like, I personally, I'm not that big on cycles, but I do think we chose a road. I don't know. I think it was in February or March, and we decided either to kind of stay the same or go up the hill. And I think most of the feminines chose to go up the hill. And we're at the top of the hill. But I think there's a tendency to kind of, when you're at the top of the hill, or when you get there, to look around and be like, why aren't you here too? Why are you so slow? What is going on, right? That's our kind of inherited feedback. And the more you keep your eyes on your own road, keep your eyes on moving forward, as we're coming to this point of time. And they do really want me to emphasize to you, if you have things you want to work on between now and the new year, there's actually quite an open space for you to make really significant progress if you choose to like focus on your own road and to focus on moving forward and to keep that focus, you know, your eyes on your space. Because the more you do that, the more they do the same. And I know that sounds really weird and hard sometimes to do, to like not feel alone and be like, there's a part of us that has been conditioned to be like, I'm not going to do all of this work. Well, you're not doing any work. Why should I do all the work? But it's not the way that this relationship paradigm will ever happen, just so you know. You'll always do all of the work first. So, all right. I hope that helped you. Bye for now.